Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a Tuesday morning edition of the Moose Minute Project here the day before Christmas Eve. So, welcome. Hopefully your Christmas shopping is going well. Hopefully you have the idea of what dinner is going to look like, or lunch, or however you celebrate it. We do an evening meal with family, and then we do Christmas morning with all of our children on Christmas Day. That's how our family does it. And then, because that gives them their times to also work around other families, so we have more than one sets of parents to now with in-laws and everybody else. So we do ours Christmas morning. That gives them the rest of Christmas Day with our kids. And then Christmas Eve we do with Roxanne's family, to kind of just spread it out a little bit. So however you do it, and a lot of families just have to do multiple different weekends. So however you do it, may you have a great Christmas. May you have a great time into the new year. Roxanne and I will celebrate our anniversary on January 1st of 2026. It'll be 13 years she has put up with me as a husband. Yes, she's a very patient lady. So, and no kidding about there. I know how to push buttons. I've learned it from the best, and probably have passed down some of that to some of my children as well. So, welcome to the mop. The pain is real is the title. Going into this holiday season, last December, Mom passed in August, so last Christmas was the first year without her. And now 12 months has passed. The pain has, I think the first year was probably just numb. Just worked through it, went through it. The pain this year is definitely real. It is definitely there. And I'm not asking for sympathy by any means. The pain is real. It is what it is. And anybody that's going through it has different aspects of it, and different amounts. So, I am handling it the best way I can. Roxanne has lost her mom. She lost her dad as well. So her dad has been gone a while now, but her mom just recently too, a couple years ago. But it's hard to believe how fast time goes from the time they pass. It just continues to go faster and faster. And life in general is going faster and faster. So, this is, I believe, video number 337 that I have done of the mop. You can find the rest of them on YouTube under my channel under the Moose Opinion Project. A few of them will be under the Moose Minute Project. But this is the last bunch have been under the mop after I changed it, due to the fact that I couldn't express my views in 60 seconds, nor will I ever probably be able to do that. But the pain is real. So be patient. If you're working through it, take your time, take what you need. If you're feeling the emotions becoming overwhelming, just take your time. Go take a nap, go walk away, go spend that time where you need to do it, to just reflect and to work through it, and then enjoy the memories again with grandkids, great-grandkids, your kids, however you need to. But Christmas is going to be different always from here on out. You know, I posted a while back that I probably said the biggest lie, and I did lie, was when I told Mom that I wanted her to go peacefully. I wanted her to go, everything will be fine. Don't worry, Mom, just go, everything will be fine. Here on earth, I want you to be comfortable. We'll get through it. Don't worry. That's the lie. That is the lie I told myself, and people tell themselves all the time because they do want the best for their loved ones. But it has been absolute heartache since Mom left. I don't have, and I dealt with Mom gone basically for 2 years before she passed. she had and it was probably the last 9 months that I really lost her, or so in that time frame, of where mom was gone. And she was not who mom always had been. She would be absolutely ecstatic right now that we're expecting another great grandbaby some point, I'm sure. And then that Isaac has found a great girlfriend, and Cassandra's life is good, and our kids' are good. And she added another great grandbaby with Oakland, with my daughter Alicia. So mom would be ecstatic. And unfortunately, none of them kids will know who Nana is or what Nana brought to the table. And that is the hard part. But especially for me, I am struggling with the whole realm of mom gone this year. No Christmas village out, and I have the stuff to do it. I just didn't do it. I have some of her houses out up on top of the cupboards on display, so I see her every day, but I feel her every day part of our lives. The part I also struggle with is having the stroke, the mental brain damage that I have in my right side near where the emotional portion is also overwhelming at times. And I had a bout of it last night. I got sick. I cry a lot for no reason. I can feel it now welling up in my eyeballs. So mental health in this country is at an all-time high of struggling for a lot of people. And there are a lot of people that seem to not mind to interject their viewpoints, whether it's laughing emojis, whether it's telling people just to go to hell, whatever it may be, not providing a lot of hope. And you wonder why suicide rates are up, violences are up. The suicide rate one is the big one. And why is it up? Because of our lack of taking care of the health crisis. And part of it, I feel, is that we have a major health crisis in our government. Lack of compassion, lack of concern, and this is on both sides of the aisle. This is not a right-left debate. This is a right-left debate when it comes to, I hear, well, the left just wants to be violent and mean and whatever it may be, and the right is like, we blah, blah, blah. And it is far from the case. Neither side is here to make sure our health crises are being handled. We are spending obscene money on what I feel is useless things, such as a ballroom or what, and you can tell me it's donated, whatever. But we are spending money to bomb boats and do all of this when we have veterans that are homeless. We have a veterans medical issue that is not being handled with hospitals. They are going untreated. They are lacking insurance. They are doing this. They're lacking the funds and support. See, there's something that veterans should never have to worry about. Healthcare should never have to worry about housing. When we say veterans first, I think a lot of people say it so they get the feel good in their stomach and their feel good in their heart and say, yeah, I do believe that. But if it's going to affect me and we're going to do something different, then no, we take care of myself first. So I feel that we have to start looking at the first of the year, some major changes. And it all comes down to mental health, taking care of our veterans, taking care of our seniors. One thing I've learned for many, many years is the senior citizens that we have in the government do not give two shits about the senior citizens that built this country. See, the rich aristocrat, whites, people, whatever, of all ages, and most of them are white. Let's get that straight, okay? And most of them are rich, southern white folk. Or, I guess, we'll just go with rich white folk in general. That only care about lining their pockets. See, they're easily bought. And that is what makes the pain real. And then we go into the holiday season right now, and we have families that are struggling just to live. And I know, just get a job, just go to work, do something, you lazy pieces of garbage, whatever you want to say. And when you are saying that, you're part of the problem. When you are not compassionate enough to try to understand what the real world is. See, everybody thinks when they hear SNAP benefits, I guarantee if there was most people that were out, what do you feel about, who do you describe the people that get SNAP benefits? Most people are going to say lazy. Most people are going to say no drive. Most people are going to say they just don't want to. They've got lots of kids, blah, blah, blah. And it's so far from the truth. If you have never struggled to where you have to use SNAP benefits, congratulations. Lucky you. And it's not the ones buying the steak and the lobster tails. Okay? I don't care. I really don't. What I care about is that the people that are being taken care of, let them indulge once in a while. Let them have that. The problem I have is the people that we have that are getting the tax breaks and everybody else that are right now negotiating on their new jet or their new yacht or adding their 5th place or whatever it may be, or their 17,000 square foot home or whatever it is. They are bigger leeches than putting anybody on SNAP benefits. That's right. We are funding more leeches that way than we are with SNAP. So tell me I'm wrong. Whatever you want to do, that's fine. But the pain is real. And we are one day away from where kids are supposed to smile, laugh, everything that Santa is coming to town. And there are some that are struggling just to have a sandwich or getting a toy for Christmas. See, I said this before. When I was younger, one of my biggest joys was when Grandma and Grandpa Gerber came, because Grandma bought stuff from garage sale, whatever. It was used toys. But it was a box full. I mean, a box full of cool toys. The one with the wheel that had the metal rods that went up and down and came back and you could do that, or the spark guns, or an old Tonka truck, or used Hot Wheel cars, because the Hot Wheel cars didn't matter anyway. They rolled down Clover Street just as easy on a railroad. You know, we had the Hot Wheel tracks, and Dukes of Hazzard going down the concrete sidewalk, it didn't matter. It was going to get scratched up anyway. Or a big wheel, or whatever it was. The big wheels always had the flat spot on it, so it didn't matter. You'd pedal and then slip and pedal and slip. Wear out the lever on the back wheel. Those were the cool toys. And that was probably my highlight of because it was a whole box of toys and not just one or two. It was awesome. And yes, they were used. Oh no, not that. See, I think we have this misconception in our head too of what kids really should be getting for Christmas and what their value is. Is it the fact that they rip through a box and throw that aside and then rip through it and throw that aside? Back when we were little, it was just nice to get older stuff. Didn't matter, new, shiny, whatever. It was just cool toys. And we were taught to appreciate that. We were taught. And we didn't have the matching Christmas pajamas and the matching Christmas photos or anything like that. It was about family time, getting around a table, sharing a meal. And then afterwards, all the adults would play cards and for dimes, pennies, nickels, whatever it made, shit on your neighbor, or the adults played euchre. That was what it was about. And we need to get back to that. It isn't if the presents stack up middle of the tree or everybody gets X amount of dollars. And, oh God, it's not fair, because I was hearing it yesterday in a bank that one of the lady's kids was complaining because one got more gifts than the other. Because, see, at that age, they don't know dollar value. They know numbers. So if your brother gets 4 gifts and you get 2, but your gifts are $60 a piece and his were $20 a piece, that's what I'm getting at. Let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to teaching our kids that it's not about having the lavish birthday parties, lavish Christmas parties, lavish Christmas gifts. Instead, take that money, spread it out throughout the year, and treat them to something different maybe once a month where you go out to eat, whatever it may be, but to spend more family time, to where you're not working up 10 million hours to try to make this all work out or go into debt to do it. We are all struggling enough to make things meet right now, to make it all connect. We need to start looking realistically at things. I know I do in my own. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't worry about it. But in my own world, as I'm now 51, going to be 52 this next year, retirement is only 14 years away. And quite honestly, if I don't change things, I'll be working till I'm 85 or dead. And then with all the health things that go on, on the stroke thing I belong to, everybody during the holiday season right now is worried about having another one. I don't worry about that. I don't let that bother me. I'm living day to day from that. I'm not looking to get rich doing any of this either. I know I can't win the lottery. I've tried to do that. And quite honestly, I don't know. I'd only want to win them in about $1 million, $1.5 million, because I don't need that many friends either. So take time to evaluate where you are personally. Take time to evaluate those around you, because the pain is real. The pain is so real that there are people that are deciding that ending their lives is a better option. That is scary to me, that people are thinking that. That if I am gone, life will be better for so many people. If you are on that egg, look and get help, talk to somebody, reach out to somebody, because that is the farthest lie that has been told to you or put in your mind and told by the other field. It is not true. It is not true at all. No matter what struggles you're going through, you can be a blessing to someone, and you are a blessing to someone. So please reach out. Do not think life will be better. So with that said, may you all have a great Christmas. May you all have times with family, laughter, all of those things. Because at some point, the ones that mean the most won't be sitting around that pine tree to tell the stories. Mom's not there this year. That's a hard one. She wasn't there last year, I know. But this year, like I said, I think the first year I was numb. But this year has really turned into something hard. And to have everybody to get together. And it's not worth the struggle, and it's not worth the hassle to where you're going to hear somebody maybe say, well, I wish I'd have got something different, or Is that all or whatever? And as your kids get older, spoil the grandkids. It's a whole lot more fun. Take time to do that. The older kids can do what they want to do. You had to struggle through it when you were raising your kids. So spend it on the grandkids. That's what we do. We're going to spoil them instead. Probably try to find a whole bunch of sugar for them too. Get them wired up. Send them to the next Christmas or send them home. All giddy. That's what we'll do. And if you can buy one loud toy, one loud one, just yesterday, by the way, this is how I'm going to end this. We were in Target last night, and they make a giraffe that eats things, and it's sitting on a toilet and actually drops little turds in the toilet. You push the star, and it sings, "I gotta go, I gotta go." It's hilarious. And then when you push a couple of them in the Walmart aisle, and everybody's looking around, it's even funnier. So, if you're looking for toys to make sure that the kids, I guess these days now you get toys to show you where you need to go when you're raising kids. I don't think it'd have been any easier for my kids. I mean, I was pretty blessed, pretty lucky. But yeah, there's an actual giraffe. There's an actual giraffe that sits on the toilet, and you push the little star, and it sings, and then it poops. It's quite interesting. It's very funny. My wife and I were dying laughing. My other daughter didn't find it very funny. She thought it was very weird. But it's pretty interesting stuff that they are making now to get kids interested to go into the bathroom. So that's where my story ends. If you want to find a cool toy to make people laugh, it's at Target in Madison. It's a giraffe that's got a super stretched neck. You can feed it, sitting on a toilet. Yep, that's where we're at. It's good humor. We'll talk to you guys later. May you get everything that you asked for Christmas, such as blessings, memories, and most of all, take some videos of all the laughter and things. So when you're going through hard times, you can play them. I'm glad I have the few videos. I have a short video of Mom bowling her last week. I have videos of Mom talking and saying a few things that's kind of incoherent, but they're valuable. Make sure you save those. And right now, if you have grandparents, have the grandkids talk to Grandma and Grandpa or great grandma and grandpa and make some videos of what Christmases were like when they were younger and what was expected. With that, thank you for tuning into the Mop. Have a great holiday season. I will be back Monday morning for a new edition of the Mop after Christmas, getting ready for the new year. So that's where we're at. Have a great time. Thank you for tuning into the Mop. And like I said, if you like what you're seeing, please feel good to subscribe or go to YouTube and see the other 36 videos that I have made for the Mop. And as always, take time to bless somebody today.